All right, fifth grade. So we are going to be doing this lesson 8 just a little bit differently. And the reason is because I will be cut short on time on this video. So we're going to kind of do this first page in 2 different videos. The first thing it wants us to do is it wants to estimate this product first. So what we're going to go through and we're going to estimate what all the products of all these answers will be. Then on the next video, what we're going to do is we are going to use a standard algorithm to prove and see if our estimation was a reasonable answer or not. When we come to the standard algorithm part, I am probably going to get another sheet of paper out and do the work just because I'm not given a lot of room and they have a lot of problems on here. So we're going to do that. So you might want to get your spiral notebook out or a piece of loose leaf paper or even a scratch piece of paper, it doesn't matter, for when we get to that point so that we can take a look at those answers. So they've already done letter A for us, and what we're going to focus on right now is we're going to focus on what we are going to estimate this as. If you notice, they're following the estimation rules of, well, if I have 213 is closer to 200, not 300. 328 is close to 300, not 400. So we're going to be using that rounding type of rule. And then they're going to solve that to get that answer of, well, this answer must be around 60,000. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to estimate for all of these. I would take a look at this 662. I would probably round that to 700. And that 372, I would probably round that up to 400. Okay, so then if I were to multiply this out, let's see here, what is 7 times 4? Well, 7 times 4 is 28, all right? And then it's 100 times 100. So you can think 100 times 100, or you can say, well, this one's got 2 zeros, this one's got 2 zeros. I'm going to add a total of 4 zeros. So this answer must be close to 280,000. We'll check our work in just a little bit. So over here, 739, well, you know what? I'm going to round that one up to, actually, no, I'm going to round it down to 700. And I'm going to round this one down again to 400. Round that down. So I've rounded these ones up, I've rounded this one down. But guys, look, that's the same exact problem here. So 7 times 4 is 28. And then, of course, I'm adding 4 zeros, 280,000. Okay. 807, I'm going to round that up to 800, or down, sorry, down to 800. 491, I'm going to round that one to 500. This one is where you've got that tricky, excuse me, 8 times 5 is 40, okay? And I've got to add 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to have 4 zeros altogether. I have to add 4 zeros after my 40. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason is because if I don't add that, the answer's not going to be right, because it's not saying that I have 4 zeros altogether. I have my answer here of 8 times 5 is 40, and then I have to add those 4 zeros because 100 times 100 is going to be 10,000. Okay, so I'm going to put my comma in here, so that answer must be close to 400,000. So 3,502, you know, I could round that to 3,500 if I wanted to, 3,500. But I really want to make this kind of easier on myself. So I can do one of 2 things. I mean, this is like just really close that I could go either way, to either go down to 3,000 or I could go up to 4,000. I'm just going to follow that rounding rule and go up to 4,000. And then 656, well, that would be rounded up to 700. So that one's going to be 7 times 4 is 28. And then it's 1,000 times 100, which would be 100,000. Or I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. And this answer would be 2,800,000. Okay. Same thing over here. Well, I want to round that to 4,000. Well, you know, I'm going to round that down to 700. And guys, look at that. That's the same exact answer there. So it's 4 times 7 is 28. And then I need to add those 5 zeros. And I get 2,800,000. All right. So 3 more with our rounding. So 530, I'm going to round that down to 500. And I'm going to round this 2,075 down to 2,000 because it follows my rounding rules. And that's going to be 5 times 2 is 10. So remember, that's your answer. and then it's 100 times 1,000, which is going to be 100,000, but I need to add that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, and then I can regroup, and that's going to be 1 million. I'm going to round this to 4,000, and I'm going to round that down to 600. That's going to be 4 times 6 is 24, and then I've got the 3 zeros here, the 2 here, or 1,000 times 100. So I'm going to add the 5 zeros, 2,400,000. Okay. Last one to round. I'm going to round this one up to 1,000. And I'm going to round this one down to 3,000. So 1 times 3 is going to be 3. And then I've got 1,000 times 1,000. So I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros because it's 1,000 times 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is going to be 1,000,000. All right, so now what we're going to do on the next video is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take all of these algorithms, we're going to solve them, and we're going to see, is that going to be close to what our estimation was?